I just want to quickly take the temperature of the room. So how many people here are selling retail arbitrage? Okay. How many do mostly online arbitrage? Ooh, very few. Interesting. How many people buy from liquidators, discounters, surplus? Okay. How many people wholesale? Interesting. So this is a room that has a lot of private label. Is that what I'm getting? I feel like I missed somebody because not everybody raised their hands. Okay, well, I just want to get a feel for who I'm talking to. I have plenty in my presentation today to upset everybody. I'm the person nobody wants to really talk to. Please let me know if you have trouble hearing me because I know I have a soft voice, and so like wave at me or something. Okay, so what is an Amazon seller advocate? Basically, me and my team, what we do is we go fight for sellers. I'm a seller. My business partner is a seller on Amazon, and so is one of our team members, actually 2 of them. So 4 out of the 7 in the U.S. are actual sellers on Amazon, and we get what's going on. We get your world, we get your pain, and so basically, I've been consulting on this topic since 2014, and last year it exploded like a big messy bomb. And so what I want to tell you is that things have changed. So I thought I'd get the bad news out of the way right now. Most of you are going to have to change where you source your inventory. That's why I was curious where you guys bought your inventory. Many of you are going to have to change how you treat your customers. Actually, probably a lot of people are. And it's not going to get any better. So now that you're really depressed, there are some things you can do to protect yourself, and that's what I'm here to talk about today. And just like they said in the previous presentation, sellers of unique products will be rewarded. So that is, basically you private label guys. Definitely if you're looking at where to make the money, but also perhaps if you do it right, we're one of the safest places to be on Amazon right now. Okay, so what's going on? In spring of last year, Amazon tweaked its product quality algorithm. To be more specific, they created an algorithm. They didn't have one before, really. And so all of a sudden, people who had never had issues before, people who'd sold for 5 and 10 years on Amazon, were suddenly getting suspended for things they'd never even heard of before. Used, sold as new, things like that. Inauthentic, counterfeit, what did that mean? So this is Peter Drucker's quote, but it could come straight from Amazon as well. They are fanatic about product quality. And in case you're wondering, product quality is your problem, not theirs. So there was no warning when they changed the algorithm. They didn't provide us with new metrics. They didn't send us an email that says, oh, things have changed, and by the way, here's how we're judging you. And they didn't put anything on your dashboard. So people were looking at beautiful dashboards, green, 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 100, 100, 100, and they were getting suspended. That's why you saw people saying, I didn't do anything wrong, I don't know why Amazon suspended me. And it's not quite true. Amazon knew why they suspended them, it's just they didn't share. So this is what product quality stuff is all about. When they say used, sold as new, they don't really mean that. What they mean is a buyer has complained that it's used. Okay? It's not that you're selling used goods. You know that. All of you are like, hey, that was new. I sent it in new. It was in perfect condition. Not as described. That's a listing problem. Okay? So what that means is your listing doesn't match whatever the people are getting when they open their happy Amazon box. So not as described. Very serious. Not as advertised. Slightly different. This means you made a promise and you didn't keep it. Right? This one plagues my supplement sellers. Right? Because people take their pills and they're still fat or stupid or impotent. So anyway, it's a problem. Defective, pretty generic, could be anything. Could be the product, could be got damaged in shipping. People choose defective for a lot of reasons. Damaged, that should be straightforward. Counterfeit, fake. Okay, again, normally not real. Okay, Amazon knows that most of those claims of counterfeit, fake are bullshit. And so they basically give you a chance to prove that. Only rarely have I seen truly counterfeit goods. And we got them reinstated. So, but most of the time, what it is you just prove that it's legit and you're fine. I get this with my DVD guys, okay? They get it. They must, I have one guy, he must get a claim every other day from somebody saying, this is bogus, this is a bootleg, it's counterfeit. It's very annoying. Okay, I would not sell DVDs to save my life. Inauthentic. See, people think that means counterfeit. It doesn't. It's not that the product is inauthentic. It's where you bought it. That's why I said a lot of people are going to have to change where they source their inventory. Amazon is cracking down on gray market deals, buying from a friend, something that resembles the back of a truck, a deep discount, liquidators. All of these, Amazon is ferreting out and stamping out, and this is how they get it done. It is very tough if your invoices or receipts don't match what Amazon thinks they should. And this is why I've been telling people, like, don't shop at Marshall's anymore. Don't do TJ Maxx. That's why I wanted to see who the retail ARB guys were in the room, because they're very vulnerable, depending on where they shop. Because if they ever get a claim like this, and they can't prove where they bought their goods, which you cannot if you bought it at Marshall's or TJ Maxx, they don't put details on their receipts. And so you could get suspended for a bar of Aveeno soap, like one of my clients. And it was really hard to get her back because she bought it at Marshall's. Okay, so, all right, so this is kind of a ranking of the things that really get their goat and that they come after. It's almost impossible to recover if you are suspended for fraud. I have had some success, but that's really tough. Fraud is the worst. Real counterfeit, very bad. Stolen goods, embezzlement. They will suspend you. They won't tell you why. You won't get back. So I'm sure none of you do these things, but you don't know, if you don't know where you're getting your goods. So I had a client that I thought he was going to be arrested for selling stolen goods. It came that close. And he didn't mean it. But where he bought the goods, yeah, it was a great deal. It sure was. So he was selling stolen goods on Amazon, and he was more worried about losing his Amazon account than going to jail. Okay, pop quiz. Which one of these sellers was not reinstated? Okay, this is probably one of the toughest to get somebody back from. And again, it's because Amazon is so rigid on where you're buying your product. They are so particular about getting rid of the gray market deals. And again, if you can't provide invoices, or really good receipts with detail, you're in trouble. And please, please, please stop making up fake invoices. They know, I know, we all know. And then what happens is they notate your account that you're a liar, and you don't get reinstated. So I can't tell you how many reinstatements we've done where the first thing we had to do was confess that they had made up an invoice. Don't do it. It's better to say I don't have an invoice and I'm an idiot than it is to give them a fake invoice. Seriously. Confess. Okay, so who's vulnerable to the New World Order at Amazon? These guys, drop shippers. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention them. If you drop ship, man, you better have the best partners in the world, or you are a suspension waiting to happen. Amazon is adamant against drop shippers, or to be more specific, they are adamant against all the side effects of drop shippers. Canceled orders, slow orders, delayed orders, product quality issues. Oh my gosh. Don't drop ship. Have the product in hand. Liquidators, Again, you can't trace the provenance of the product. Half the stuff liquidators sell is shelf pulls. A lot of it is actually used. It is returns and things like that. And so you are, in fact, selling used, sold as new. Stickerless comminglers. You know who you are. Your problem with the stickerless comminglers is that you can't prove which product is yours. You get a product quality complaint. You know, Amazon just pulled a product off the shelf. It could be you, it could be somebody else. So, you know, my feeling is, and I've had people fight me on this, and I'm like, okay, so start with the products that they're complaining about and label those. Pay the 20 cents to have Amazon label your goods. It's worth it to make sure that they're at least complaining about your goods. I mean, why get suspended for somebody else's screw up? Okay, private label. Here's a word, since this is obviously, there's a lot of private label people here. Putting a sticker on a product is not good enough. Amazon will not support your brand rights if all you have is a sticker on the product. You have to actually have your brand permanently affixed to that product. So not just the box, not just a sticker. The brand, otherwise it's a generic as far as Amazon's concerned, and they will not support it. So keep that in mind. I get private label guys all the time who have inauthentic claims, and they say, I don't understand, I'm the manufacturer. You know, I'm buying from myself, basically. And I'm like, yeah, but you're selling a generic. Okay, you saw that huge number of how many people also sell on eBay. eBay has really affected the mentality of online sellers to the degree that they bring their eBay attitude towards Amazon, and Amazon punishes that because, you know, on eBay you can say things like new in box or, you know, not complete, or it's missing something, and you can sell it that way. You cannot do that on Amazon. Amazon expects perfect product every time, and so none of the things that are just perfectly fine on eBay work on Amazon, and if you don't learn that immediately, you're going to get suspended. Okay, so here's a little tip if you are suspended. If you have a good plan of action, keep fighting. Okay, a lot of times they will deny you kind of right off the bat. It's like working with an insurance company, right? It's cheaper if you just go away. So a lot of times they will deny you, and you have to be persistent. We have worked with clients where we had to submit their plan of action 4, 5, 6 times before somebody read it, right? And this is our motto at our company. Mostly dead is slightly alive. And so even if we have a client that's banned, has been told to never write them again, we still get them reinstated many times. I just wanted to show you this report because it's in another quirk of Amazon that we don't understand. They hid one of their most important reports in a really strange place. So this is the imperfect orders report. And basically, it is your roadmap to knowing what's going on in your account. I run this every week for my clients, and we look at the ASINs that are gathering problems. This report tells you every imperfect order. In Amazon's world, an imperfect order is when a customer emails you, when they return a product, when they, file an A to Z claim, anything that they do. If they don't just get their product and run away happy, it's an imperfect order. So this report will tell you what's going on with your account. You can check which ASINs are building up problems. You can figure out what's wrong. So find this report and read it every week, and it's your roadmap, and it will tell you where to look to see what they're saying. Okay, so these are the reports that I suggest people look at every week. So this is the one to help you avoid being suspended. If you know what's happening in your account, you can do something about it. Most of my clients had no idea. They've never seen the imperfect orders report. They were not looking at their returns to get clues as to what was going wrong. And many of them didn't pay attention to their customer messages, let alone their negative feedback. So basically, to wrap this up, Basically, what's the solution to avoid getting suspended? You need to understand the new metrics. And again, these are the ones I've made up, i.e., I tell people, if you see that you have 3 problems on an ASIN in a 60-day period, 3 negative problems, you should investigate. Investigate then, fix the problem then. Don't wait till it's 10 or 15, or Amazon will be suspending you. Pay attention. Listen to your customer like never before. They're going to give you clues. In fact, I tell my clients that they should go ahead and every time someone returns a product for a negative reason, they should follow up with them later and find out why. Politely, nicely. Find out why and what they can do differently next time, because there's some really great intelligence in there. Also, you guys have seen the new metric. It's freaking out a lot of my clients, the customer dissatisfaction metrics. Those are going to go live in a month, less than a month. And when they do, we're all going to be accountable for whether or not our customers were happy with the emails that we sent them and with interacting with us. Now, if you think you have a problem now with negative reviews and with negative seller feedback, wait till this hits us. Most of my clients are already failing this metric. Okay? Some of the stuff, I cover all of this stuff in my book. So, if you want to know about evil seller tricks, I can tell you lots of stories about that during the break. It's real, and it is appalling what sellers do to each other. And Peter's going to talk more about understanding how Amazon talks and thinks, so that'll be good. And I would just say fight back. Don't take, when they deny you the first time, don't take that for an answer. So, anyway, you can find me at suspensionprevention.com, and of course I'll be here all day.